wanna be down with the king.
What a week for sports in our area, and each weekend the Sports Kings sound off on sports in our town. We're pleased to welcome Rob Calloway and Dean Reid on 1380 WAOK AM. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for stopping by and visiting with us on Sports Extra.
Thank you.
Had a chance to be on your show a few times. We had a chance to have you talk about the concept, first of all, of the Sports Kings and how it's been received.
Well, first of all, Sports Kings Radio, it started out just a year ago, actually this weekend, with Dean and myself just for an hour. And we went from an hour on Saturdays to 2 hours, and then we went from 2 hours to basically 2 days, 4 hours. So it's been doing really well, and we've been out in the community, and we've been getting a great response from everybody. So, you know, we're doing pretty good. We're proud of ourselves.
What's it been like for you?
Oh, it's just been fun. Myself, I've been in the actual broadcasting business for just a year, so it's been really good. And, you know, sports, we had a passion. Of course, met and knew Rob working through V103, and in the hallways, we always get into sports talks and banter, and you know, we like to have fun while we talk sports as well, so it's just been phenomenal.
Entertaining time, lots of things happen in the area. Let's get to it. Braves take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies Civil Rights Weekend, but how important was it to have this event? Not only the baseball, but we had a concert yesterday of historic note over there at Turner Field. Would you say?
Yeah, the first rap artist to ever perform after a Braves game, Ludacris of all, and that's a good look because, of course, he's from Atlanta. We had the opportunity yesterday during the Civil Rights Youth Summit to speak with Jimmy Lee Solomon, Vice President of Major League Baseball, and I told him, I said, it was a good look. You're reaching out to the hip-hop community finally. Yep. And he told me, he was like, we realized that we did the research, and we realized that we were just missing a complete audience. And so that was what the Ludacris performance was all about.
Yep, indeed. What a weekend to come out. The Braves take 2 out of 3 at the ballpark there. He needed to do that as well. Thoughts about what you've seen from this team so far this year?
Just up and down, a lot of inconsistency, but it's good to see Dan Uggla finally do his thing. He came to the bat. He needed it. He was like, what, 192 coming in today? 194. So for the get the kick today from him, I think if they can actually get some hitting in the back end of their lineup, I think they'll be all right. And
2 out of 3 against the Phillies. We'll take that any day.
All day.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Great sting for the Braves. And a good look there in those uniforms yesterday. Under the Negro League's outstanding Civil Rights Weekend. All right, early this week in town, basketball was going on. Hawks, you know, had us all excited, but they go out in 6 games to Chicago. Did they resolve any issues, or did they create some new ones?
Well, that's a good question, Sam. Tricky question. It depends on what the ownership's going to do. I mean, you said today on our show that when you talk to these guys and you look at the Hawks play, you know, they got past Orlando. That was their main motivation. Now, can they go ahead, get some money to go ahead and retool themselves and beat the Bulls? Because that's who they have to gun for, or the Miami Heat. Don't know if they're going to be really vested for that, because you've got a team who really won't pay the salary cap, and they know they're strapped as it is, or the salary tax, rather. So I don't know what they're up to.
That $124 million contract, it's got their hands tied.
You're talking about number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about this guy, though? We just saw Jeff Teague. How pleased were you to see him come out?
Well, you know what? When we first made the trade for Kirk Heinrich and Jeff Teague got to play because he was more familiar with the system, I felt like he did a phenomenal job. He came in his first few outings, put up 21 points, 15 here, 21 there, and he showed flashes. So when he had to step in for Heinrich in the playoffs, he showed us the same thing. And I think that's the point guard of the future. And maybe had we known what we know now, maybe we could have just put Mike Bibby on the bench and made him the guy coming off the bench.
You think?
Yeah. And traded for some pieces that we really needed.
Yeah. Now thinking of that in hindsight. Rumors about the Thrashers hockey team, it's kind of connected to things with the Hawks because the ownership hasn't. It seems like the ownership is ready to give up on the whole thing to you.
It does. I mean, they're really not trying to invest back in it. It looks like they just made that decision to go ahead and pay Joe Johnson all that money just because that was their top guy. Let's secure him and not worry about anything else. But you know what? If your heart's not in it, and I'm sure the fans of Atlanta feel the same way, if you don't want to have the team, we don't want you to have it because we actually want to cheer and root for you.
And just a couple of years ago, the Thrashers had some of the best players in the NHL playing for them, and I just don't think Atlanta's a real hockey town either. That's the other thing.
Well, I think Atlanta's a town where you have to win, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
this team hasn't done that. And I think this team is close to doing that. So I hate to see the team leave, go to another place, and all of a sudden we see them playing for championship.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that's the thing about this. This week in golf, TPC Tiger Woods goes 9 holes and takes it to the house. And the people on the Golf Channel made it sound like he died.
Yeah.
Is he? It can't be that bad.
Well, the thing about it is that they want to see Tiger win, because when Tiger wins, it's good for the sport.
Yes.
And, you know, you're talking about a guy that right now has 14 majors. Of course, 19 will get him the record, 18 to tie the record. But for Tiger, I think what Tiger really needs to do is just sit back, relax, and just win. And we only look at the majors. But this is a guy that has 71 PGA Tour wins. Winning brings money, and that's basically what he's got to get back to.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do that. I think he still can't believe. I think he still can't believe he's gone through what he's gone through the last year.
Yeah, and I think he's trying to rush it. Right now, he needs to just relax, focus, take his time. He said nobody rushed him back but himself, and the knee wasn't well. So if you're not going to be healthy, you just have to regroup. When you go back out there, you're fine. And he's still young. He plays for the next 15 years. He still have the title.
Yeah, he'll win.
Rob Calloway, Dean Reid, the Sports Kings, folks. Saturdays 1 to 4, Sundays noon to 4.
Well, noon to 4 on both days.
On
Saturday
both days
Sunday.
now. We got another hour.
Yeah,
doing a little something.
We'll be tuning in. Hey, thanks so much for dropping by tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Big pleasure. Thank you.
All right, great to have you guys. All right, stay tuned.